think, and wherever you are in a confined system, it's always good to have support. A lot of times when the API is out on the streets or anybody out on the streets, when the youngsters are running amok on the streets, a lot of times they look at their friends as the most important things in their lives instead of their families. Even though they know that their family love them, they sacrifice for them, but a lot of times they are identified more with their alliance with their gangs and their friends more than their families. And all the people out on the street, they tell them, man, I got your back, I kill for you, I die for you, all these promises. But once they end up in the penitentiary, the only people who are there for them, if they're lucky, is their family. The mom and dads, the wives, they're always going to be there for them. All their so-called friends, homeboys, or comrades, or whatnot, they all either snitch on you or they don't go about their business. So it's a rude awakening for many of the incarcerated inside to understand that the only people they have is their family, and they should treat their family with respect and dignity as they should have. But the thing is, with a lot of when I talked about earlier about the language barriers, especially with the API, the immigration population, with the older generations, they don't know about the prison system. They don't know how to drive to go to a way out prison in somewhere in Fresno or in LA somewhere. Sometimes, like right now, they're even sending prisoners out of state to house them out of state. They don't know how to go visit them. They don't know the policies. If you go to a visit your loved ones, if you wear the wrong clothes, they'll send you back. You're not going to get a visit. You could be waiting for 2-3 hours and you don't get a visit, right? So those are the support that we need from our families. But the other thing we need is the support from the community. So when the APSC, the Asian Prison Support Committee, comes through is when we needed help, when we don't have a voice inside, when we didn't have a voice inside, the people out in the community was able to be the voice for us, to be able to raise awareness out in the community, to put whatever support that they can to help those guys inside. And with those type of support, then the people inside are able to really understand the consequences of their actions, how much they hurt the community, and how they should rehabilitate themselves and come out and be a contributing member of society, and not just be, a continual problem, right? So the thing is, with the support necessary, from the community, and a lot of people, they don't get a visit, whether it's they live far away or they don't even have the loved ones to visit them. So when they get a visit, it's like the most important thing. Now, one of my most prized possession inside the prison is the photos that I have with my family, or the photos that I took with my friends. You can take away all the other prized possessions, all my books, but you can take away, all the monetary things, and it doesn't matter. But don't take away my memories. Don't take away the connection I have with my community. Don't take away the window to my soul. The books. So that's why we need this type of support group. And one of the things that gave us voice was to be able to solicit prisoners inside from different prisons to put this anthology together. In their own voice, they share with people, say how they're feeling, how they need help from the community, how they acknowledge the wrong they have done to their victims, how they have moved on, how they have suffered, how they have overcome their challenges. So the idea came through. So without support from Ben and Sun and Serena and many of the other people who contribute this, that we were able to have this type of voices to go out there, push it out there. And we did all this by ourselves, And the people, when we sent the books inside the prison, and some of the people who contributed, they were so proud. The fact that they didn't think that a vision, seems like more far-fetched to them because they don't really see this type of things happen in their life, So when they see something happen, they're happy because they can see that the product, the result of it. And we encourage everyone to participate in some way because we are all connected in many ways. The 6th degree of separation is so true. Just like you don't know that I have connection all the way to Nancy Pelosi, right, the Speaker of the House. I have friends who's friends with her, right? But you don't know that I have connection with someone who's in penitentiary doing a life without parole right now, right? You don't know that until we come together and we just kind of look, say, oh, I didn't know that you know that person, So, but we help each other just because things does not affect you immediately, but it affects you some way, somehow.
John back there, and he written a lot of letters for me. He volunteers, he comes there, doesn't get paid. He's there, I guess he's retired, but he's there often, but he writes letters for us and stuff, is really important. Because in our culture and some of the Asian API cultures, it's a shame issue once you're incarcerated. You know, your family's not gonna go out try to look for a job for you while you're out here. So, you know, the resources, the volunteers that come there, they do that for us. Because a lot of it has to do with shame. I mean, you know, within the family. And yeah, they'll come visit us, they'll support us, but when it comes down to finding resources for us, they wouldn't do that because they're ashamed to tell some other, oh, my son is locked up, he needs a job, or he needs, you know, whatever he needs to get out. Because it's required for, in our situation, is that we have to have employment and we have to have housing upon our release, already written and saying we're gonna hire you. And also the people that I work for, the agency that I work for, you know, they're really a big agency that supports and they're big resources for us. And UP have written a lot of letters for me, and that helped me a lot. They really consider that once, but a lot of these like Vietnamese, now they're ready to go to the board. The board is a process to where you go before the board and, you know, you tell them, you know, you have housing, you let them know that you have employment and all this, that come to them and they decide whether you're suitable or not suitable. And they can deny you as long as 5 years. You don't have those, you don't meet those criteria, you don't have no employment, you don't have no housing, it's more than likely they'll deny you 3 to 5 years. And it's helpful, and that's why I'm so grateful when I see people like Son and Ben, and, you know, that's really get involved in providing resources for these people, even to write a letter to say, you know, I support inmate so-and-so, you know, and upon his release we'll provide emotionally or support for him or whatever. Those are really very important. They're critical in our freedom and how we are got now. So, you know, and if you know somebody, that's really important.
You know, what really helped me change is that, you know, like, you know, group that comes in the system and really, you know, sitting down with us. Let us know that, you know, hey, you know, we got your back. You know, because, you know, I could be hard, right? Go out on the yard and be hard and tough and, you know, act like, you know, one of the fellas. But, you know, once you're inside the cell, you know, you realize that that's not you. And you can't really share that to guys doing time with you, because the fact that, you know, you had that image, you know. But when I met these people, you know, they kind of just made me realize who I am, you know, where I can really share my feeling, you know, what I really want to do and, you know, what I've done wrong in my life. And it's important. Those visit, those people that comes in there and really spend time, you know, to be with us. You know, they're the one that really helps me change. And you know, when you change, that's when you see the bigger picture of what the system's all about. And that's when you become like, man, you know what? I'm not gonna stand for this. You know, I know my rights. You know, and this is wrong. You know, and I just can't let the system do me like this, or do my homeboys or my other friends like this. You know, those are the people. You know, and when I got out, they're still out here. You know, for me. I said, man, you know, wow. You know, I really got to do something right, you know, and show these people that it's all worth, you know, spending time with us in here. We got to let these people know that, you know, people change. You know, even though the society or the, you know, people in Sacramento picture us as a bad person, you know, that's on them. And I encourage a lot of you guys, you know, to, you know, maybe someday you have time, you know, to visit or be part of the API, APSC, get involved, because, you know, they need your help out here. They need your help in here. And we need them guys to be out here, because right now we have a big problem out here with our youth. You know, the system are failing our youth, and I think, you know, based on my experience, our experience, we're the best person to reach those youth, to educate them, to share them, you know, what went, you know, wrong and how we feel inside by making those mistakes. And you guys can really help, you know, making those our brothers and sisters that are locked up and are getting ready to go home to really give back and help us out.